Your backyard is sitting there right now, costing you money. Property taxes, feed bills, fencing, maintenance, and at the end of every year, nothing to show for it. Here is what nobody tells you. 1 acre, 5 specific animals, $25,000 in clear annual profit. Not gross revenue, net profit. After every feed bill, after every input cost, after everything. And animal number 3 on this list generates premium income at the lowest cost of anything on this entire list. Most backyard farmers have never considered it once. Stay with me, because the math on this one will genuinely surprise you. If you have been sitting on land that costs you more every year than it makes you, this channel was built for exactly that situation. Every single week, we break down real livestock numbers with real input costs subtracted before any profit figure is stated. Not theory, not best-case projections, real math. Hit subscribe right now and turn on notifications, because what comes next is information most backyard farmers spend years trying to piece together on their own. It is all here today. Let's get into it. Animal 1. Laying hens. Most backyard chicken keepers run 6 to 12 hens, sell a few dozen eggs to neighbors at $2.50 to $3 per dozen, and barely break even after feed costs. That is not a chicken operation. That is an expensive egg hobby. Here is the model that actually generates real income. 50 laying hens, ISA brown, bovine brown, or Novagen white, rotated across divided pasture sections on a 3 to 4 week cycle. One person manages it in under 30 minutes per day. 50 quality hens produce 315 to 330 eggs daily, approximately 310 to 320 dozen per month. Sell at $5 to $6 per dozen through farmers markets, local egg subscriptions, or direct restaurant accounts. Monthly gross revenue, $1,550 to $1,920. Monthly feed cost, $80 to $110. Monthly net profit, $1,200 to $1,500. Annual net profit, $14,400 to $18,000 from one animal on 1/4 of your acre. When hens rotate behind larger animals, they scratch through manure, consume fly larvae, and break the pest cycle across your entire property. That system contribution saves $200 to $400 annually in reduced input costs across every other animal you run. One important truth: selling pasture-raised local eggs at $2.50 per dozen because you are uncomfortable charging more is the single most common profit killer in backyard egg production. Walk into any farmer's market in your area right now. Pasture-raised eggs sell for $6 to $8 per dozen in most U.S. cities. Your product is local, traceable, and raised by someone your customer can look directly in the eye. That commands a premium. Charge it every single time, without hesitation. What are you currently charging per dozen for your eggs, and what does your local farmer's market charge for pasture-raised eggs right now? Tell me your state. The gap between those two numbers is your lost monthly income. One animal, 30 minutes of daily management, $14,400 to $18,000 in annual net profit. If that number already exceeds what your current property produces in a full year, subscribe right now. 4 more animals to cover, and each one stacks a completely separate income stream on top of that foundation. None depend on the others to survive. Together, they build something that completely changes what 1 acre is capable of producing. Animal 2. Meat rabbits. Restaurants are actively seeking local rabbit meat and cannot find it consistently. Ethnic grocery stores serving Middle Eastern, French, Italian, and Asian communities purchase locally raised rabbit regularly and pay premium prices to secure a reliable source. Farmers market buyers ask for it in markets across every region. The demand is real. The local supply is failing to meet it everywhere. The producer who fills that gap first in their market earns the premium that comes with being the only reliable local option. 6 does and 1 buck, a 3-tiered hutch system under 200 square feet built from reclaimed lumber for $150 to $300. That is the entire infrastructure required. 1 doe produces 4 to 5 litters per year, averaging 7 to 8 kits per litter, reaching harvest weight in 8 to 10 weeks. 6 does produce 840 to 960 pounds of dressed meat annually. Sell direct to consumers at $7 to $10 per pound. Gross annual revenue $5,880 to $9,600. Feed costs supplemented with hay and garden scraps $600 to $800 annually. Net annual profit $5,000 to $8,000 from a system requiring 0 grazing land. Rabbit manure is the only livestock manure that applies directly to actively growing garden beds without composting first. It will not burn plants. Run hutches over your garden on rotation, and your entire fertilization cost drops to 0 permanently, saving an additional $150 to $300 every single growing season. Have you ever seriously considered rabbits for meat production, or does the Pet Association make it genuinely uncomfortable? Tell me honestly in the comments, and tell me your state. This barrier is real for many people watching right now. Animal 3. Coturnix quail. This is the animal I mentioned at the very beginning, the one generating premium income at the lowest possible cost of any livestock on this entire list. And the reason it sits at number 3, right at the center of this system, is because it produces consistent, high-margin income every single month with almost no land, almost no space, and a feed bill that will genuinely stop you when you see the number. Coturnix quail begin laying at 6 to 8 weeks old. Your best-laying hen breeds take 18 to 24 weeks. That difference alone means your quail operation returns its initial investment faster than any other egg-producing animal available to you. And 50 Coturnix quail consume approximately the same feed as 6 to 8 standard laying hens. 50 birds eating what 7 chickens eat. That is the most efficient feed-to-production ratio of any poultry available to American backyard farmers right now. 50 birds at peak production lay 40 to 45 eggs daily, 80 to 90 dozen per month. Quail eggs sell for $6 to $10 per dozen at farmers markets, specialty grocery stores, and Asian food markets across the country, 2 to 3 times the price of standard chicken eggs. The premium exists because quail eggs are a classified specialty product in all 50 states, and local supply consistently falls short of existing demand. Monthly gross revenue at $7 per dozen, $560 to $630. Monthly feed cost for all 50 birds, $20 to $30. Monthly net profit, $530 to $600. Annual net from eggs alone, $6,300 to $7,200. Add a meat cycle, dressed quail sell for $4 to $6 each at specialty butchers and farm-to-table restaurants, and your operation pushes to $8,000 to $9,500 annually. Start with eggs, build your buyers, add the meat cycle once your market is confirmed and your processing workflow is efficient. Asian grocery stores in every major U.S. city actively seek local quail egg supply and cannot find it consistently. You are not creating a market, you are stepping into one that already exists and is currently going unmet. If something is genuinely shifting in how you see your property right now, that is exactly what this channel produces every single week. Subscribe right now. Turn on notifications. 2 more animals left, and the final one does something none of the first 4 can do on its own. It manages your pasture continuously, improves the ground every other animal depends on, and serves a buyer segment most small producers have